Thank you all for being here. We wanted to have a press conference to explain the preparation taking place in Pikeville and Pike County in anticipation of a forecast ice storm event. It's been about 11 years since we've had an ice storm of any significant magnitude, but right now we have received an ice storm warning from the National Weather Service in Jackson. It's changed a little bit even in the last couple of hours. The initial forecast was that there would be an ice storm warning in effect for 1 a.m. Thursday to 7 a.m. Friday. That is now changed to a forecast of significant amounts of ice expected starting Wednesday morning through Thursday night. It is anticipated that this storm will produce power outages, downed trees. Treacherous travel is anticipated, and we are encouraging everyone to avoid travel Wednesday and Thursday if possible, and that could potentially carry into Friday. We wanted to make sure everyone is aware of the storm and that they have time to take ample precautions. For instance, we need to make sure everyone has a potential alternate heat source. If you have elderly neighbors, we want to make sure, or neighbors who need help, we want to make sure that people are reaching out to them. If you need a prescription refill or you need food, we recommend that be done tonight or early tomorrow. Pike County services will continue as long as possible. In a moment, you're going to be hearing from Pikeville Mayor Jimmy Carter and a host of other folks to explain what steps we're taking to get ready for the storm. One thing I would encourage everyone to do is to subscribe to Pike County Emergency Management's RAVE Alert System, R-A-V-E, RAVE Alert System. It's very simple to sign up. You can sign up by going to smart911.com and follow the prompts. I've done it. It just takes just a few minutes. But this is a great system to keep people in the county and in the cities updated on potential hazardous weather and other situations. You can also go on to the Facebook page for Pike County Emergency Management, and there's a blue tab that says Use App that will also allow you to subscribe. Once again, we would encourage anyone that does need help to call 911, and that would apply for first responders, EMS, whatever it may be. We, again, would like to reiterate that we want people off the roads because we certainly don't want to overwhelm the capabilities of our first responders, police, fire, EMS, and so forth. Because if they have to get on the roads, they're going to be putting their lives in danger just like everyone else that's on the road. So at this time, I would like to call on Pikeville Mayor Jimmy Carter.
Thank you, Judge. Like the judge says, this has got potential to be really bad, and we've got Bob Shurtleff here with the power company and also city commissioner, and I think we were talking last night at the meeting, a quarter of an inch of ice can wreak havoc on power lines, trees, falling on power lines, and the whole gamut. So, and as everybody knows, ice and snow are totally different. So once the ice is down, there's really nothing you can do. I mean, I think it was 10, 11 years ago when we didn't have near as much as Lexington did. I remember that well because I was there, and it was just bad. And I think they had between a quarter and a half inch at that time. So if you don't need to be out this evening, is the time to get your supplies that you might need, making sure that you do have backup power. If you need not as much as backup power, but backup heat of some kind. Be careful not to be putting kerosene heaters in the house and letting them run all night and you being asleep. There's just a lot of problems with that. Safety is the first thing. Also, the city services, as of right now, will be running the same garbage. Everything will be the same, so don't worry about that. If you need assistance, if you need help, like the judge said, with prescriptions or anything, the city's 911 will be available, and they'll be there around the clock for anybody that needs anything. Don't hesitate to call. If you need for emergency, be sure to call us. Again, stay off the roads. Once it's going to happen, we just don't know how bad it's going to be. So stay off the roads, give everybody a chance, and give UMG and the city and the county road department a chance to get out and put some ice out, or some salt out. They don't need any more ice, I'm sure. But get the salt out and then let it work the way it'll work. But it's hard to say where the temperature is going to be and how well the salt will work. Again, stay safe. Call 911 if you need us, and we'll be there to help respond. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mayor. I would point out the mayor is absolutely correct. This is going to happen, and the Doug Tackett, our 911 coordinator and emergency management director, is going to be up here in just a second. The map that we've provided to the media, this has changed also in the last couple hours. They're giving Pikeville anywhere from 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch of ice, and other areas around us are indicated to potentially receive as much as 3/4 of an inch of ice. This is a very dynamic and fluid situation, and it is subject to change. I hope that the forecasters are wrong. We do anticipate that there will be some level of icing. So again, please heed these warnings. Now at this time, I'm going to ask Pike County Emergency Management Director Doug Tackett if he would come up, explain what steps that we're taking on some things to try to help people who may need a heating center or a shelter if they were to lose their power, and some things along those lines. Doug, come on up, please.
Thank you, Ray. We've been in touch with various groups and agencies around the county this morning. I've talked to Reed Atkins with the school system. If there's a need for shelters or warming centers, we're going to use some of the schools. They stand ready to assist in any way that they can. We've made sure that all of our first responders know what's coming so they can be ready. EMS and fire stand ready to respond to whatever emergencies there may be, but you need to understand if we get this ice, response times may be delayed because just like anything else, it's tough to travel on ice. So we need to bear that in mind. We have our EOC, our Emergency Operations Center, is in monitoring. We stay in constant contact with the National Weather Service at Jackson to monitor any changes to the weather, and we keep everybody updated with that. We have our EOC staff meeting this morning, and everybody's ready to come in if need be. We will activate accordingly to what the needs are. If anybody has any questions or anything, if they have problems with signing up on active or a rave alert system, if they don't have a computer and they want to sign up, they can call our office, and I'll give you our number. It's 606-432-0210, and we will help them get signed up so they can receive those alerts. I think, Judge, that's about it.
All right, this time I'd like to ask Deputy Judge Reggie Hickman to come up and give an update on what the plans are for the Pike County Solid Waste Department over the next 3 days. Judge.
Thank you, Judge. Of course, with this impending weather, we're going to have some schedule changes with solid waste in terms of pickup. Tomorrow's pickup will be as scheduled. We don't anticipate enough issues tomorrow to where we can't finish the day tomorrow. However, Area 4, which is Thursday, and Area 5, which is Friday, will be affected, and there will be no pickup. It won't be just necessarily the ice that will be a problem. In some areas, by the time we get into Friday, some things may be cleaned up a little bit, but we anticipate trees to be down, power lines to be down, and with that anticipation, it's just a good idea for us to take the safe way out and protect our employees. So hold your garbage for the Thursday pickup and the Friday pickup. We also have a communication method now in solid waste beyond the Rave Alert system. You can go to www.trashbilling.com and put your account number in there and add your email address to your account. And if you do that, we will also be emailing alerts out in addition to Rave. So that's www.trashbilling.com and enter your email address. And we also have available the Pike County Solid Waste Department Facebook page. You can also go there for updates in addition to the email and in addition to Rave Alert. So with the impending weather, we hope to be back to normal at some point early next week. That will be a day-to-day decision on the part of the court and the Solid Waste Department, and just watch the 3 different methods that we've provided here for you to keep in touch with solid waste. Judge?
At this time, I'm going to call on Pike County Road Department Supervisor Fabian Little. And before I do that, the first snow event that we had for the season on Christmas Eve was a significant snow event. Typically, that's not what we normally see. We normally see smaller accumulations of snow. We have been able to address some significant problems with our equipment since that time. And on behalf of Commissioner Ronnie Robertson, Commissioner Jason Tackett, and Commissioner Brian Booth, Fiscal Court is committed to making sure that we get our road crews out. We take care of the needs of the citizens of the county with regard to snow and ice removal. But I would like to say one thing. We get a lot of phone calls and a lot of people go on Facebook and, wondering when we're going to be in certain places, wondering when their creek or holler is going to be taken care of. One of the things that we discovered was that there were no defined routes. That was something that routes have been ran from memory for years. We no longer do it that way. Now each road lot, each of the 6 road foremen have routes that they assign to their employees, so we can make sure all roads are covered. So please be patient, because it will be extremely hazardous for our road crews as well as anyone else that's out on the road. So if you do have a problem, the road doesn't get taken care of after a period of time, please be cognizant of the fact that our crews are out. And Mr. Little is going to give you an update on his plan, what we plan to do in terms of our crews and addressing the problem before it starts. But it is very important that our crews are able to do their assigned routes. They can't run all over the county trying to take care of one place and having to run to the other side of the district. By running the routes, it will make sure that the roads are addressed as quickly as possible and that we don't miss anything. On the other hand, the road department someone will be staffing if there are issues, and he can give you the number to the Pike County's road department. Mr. Little, come on up, please.
Thank you, Judge. I would say that the biggest thing that we will do is stay in contact with 911 and Mr. Tackett. He's really good at keeping me up to date on the weather and as it changes. As the judge has said, our equipment is ready, and this is probably only one of the times that you'll hear me say that we can pre-treat. Usually we don't get to do that because of just the material that we have on hand. But in this ice situation, we do have to pre-treat the roads. The plan is that we will work until 12 tomorrow, and I will let all the crews go home. We'll come back out at 10 tomorrow night and work until 1 or until the ice starts. Because once the ice starts, we're just as vulnerable as everyone else on the road. And that's about it, Judge. Oh, well, now the road department office number is 606-432-6230. And you can call there with any of your road issues.
At this time, I'd ask Bob Shurtleff, External Affairs Manager for Kentucky Power, to come forward and give us a little update on, Bob's wealth of knowledge. He's got he's got everything you ever need about what's going to happen with the power company and how ready they are to step up, and they always do step up to be prepared for anything like this. Bob.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Judge. Just as the others have said, this event, we're gauging it as a significant event. We hope it's temperature changes a couple degrees and it changes the event and has a non-event, hopefully, but we've got to prepare for it. The ice causes a tremendous amount of waiting problems on the electrical infrastructure. You'll see it on house structures and other things as well if we get this amount of ice, and it's something that you've got to prepare for and be ready for. The storm response efforts that we're doing at Kentucky Power, we started a few days ago. We've been tracking the storm since its inception and watching what's coming and trying to be prepared for it. We've got a program, what are called RMAGs, Regional Mutual Assistance Groups, across AEP. We have started crews heading this way. They'll be here tonight or tomorrow. We'll have 45 crews, about 220 people coming in to this area, along with two-man assessment teams in order to be ready and prepared. So if the outages do occur, the 2009 ice storm that y'all referenced, I went back and looked at some of the data there a few years ago, and that way we can look and see what history has done and then how we prepare for it in the future. The most important thing is people being safe and understand our process a little bit. We originally do, as soon as the roads become safe like others, we'll do damage assessment, go out and look and see what is out there so that we can put the right resource to the right outage. We prioritize our outages, P1 through P5, with hospitals, nursing homes, long-term care facilities, water, sewer, all the way down the line throughout our process with all the outages. I'm in constant contact with Doug Tackett. We've been in contact with local health departments, making sure that everything's ready. COVID puts another layer in this process that sometimes we normally don't have to worry about. We've been worried, making sure that all those backup generators, anything's in place. Just as the judge and the mayor have said, if people have needs, get them tonight, tomorrow before the weather gets in. Look and make sure you've got emergency preparedness kits, flashlights, make sure your cell phones are charged, extra drinking water, a heating situation if you need to go to a neighbor's, know your plan, but also be extremely cautious with those alternate heating sources. Ultimately, inevitably, we see during a large event like this, you'll see a structure fire somewhere, or we'll see something happen that people don't expect and are not used to. And safety to the public is the number one thing. Like I said, get your medicine, anything that you need to be prepared for it. Make sure you're going through your family's emergency action kit. We'll evaluate it, have another call early in the morning, and start our ICS program, which they're in monitoring just as the EOC is now with Kentucky Power. We've got our own meteorologist. We also rely on Jackson and NOAA and others looking at the data, trying to determine where it's going to be, how we can preset crews, be ready, and be as responsive as we can to the outages. But the assessment's the number one thing. We'll see where it's at. We'll look at distribution, transmission, and then start doing restoration efforts. So thank you all. If you got any questions, just let me know.
Thanks, Bob. At this time, I'd like to ask Sheriff Rodney Scott to come up and tell them what they're preparing to do with their sheriff deputies and throughout the county. Sheriff.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it. There's not a whole lot I can say that hasn't been said already, other than we hope this doesn't happen, but everyone's prepared for the worst. My deputies are on standby. They'll be out whenever we need them. It don't matter where you're at. If you're at Phelps, Belfry, Elkhorn Creek, anywhere in the county, if you need us, if you need food, if you need life-saving medications, please feel free to call our office, 432-6260. And of course, you can always call 911 the post. We work very well with them. If they don't have nobody, they'll get a hold of us. You can also call the judge's office. They can transfer you up to the sheriff's office. So, but you know, stay off the roads. Don't be out unless you have to, and hopefully we'll make it through this safely. Thank you.
Thanks, Sheriff. This time, I'd like to ask Trooper Michael Coleman of the Kentucky State Police, Post 9, to come up and give us his assessment on what they're doing.
Thank you, Mayor. Just like everyone said, we just want to strongly encourage you to stay off the roads. If you can, stay at home, enjoy a day with your family inside the house. We understand for some people that's not possible. We know that some people, for employment reasons, have to get out. If you are going to be out, have a preparation kit in your vehicle: water, blanket, cat litter, anything that you may need, that if you get into a situation where you're stuck or stranded, that you can use. Again, if you need us, call us. Now, with that being said, you got to be patient with us. With the dispatchers, the troopers, we're trying to get to you as quickly as possible. With the roads being the way they're hopefully not going to be, but with the roads being the way they may be, it's a safety hazard for us to get to you. So just kind of stay still, stay in your vehicle, stay warm till we can get to you. Bob brought up a good point about if you're going to have an outside heat source, kerosene heater, watch about blankets around those, anything that may cause a fire. We want to avoid a structure fire if we can. If you have to call us, if it is an emergency, please dial 911. If it is not a life-threatening emergency, you can use the admin line at 606-433-7711. That just kind of keeps our 911 lines from not getting tied up and lets everything run smoothly where we can get to you as quick as possible.
I want to thank everyone for being here. If the members of the press have any questions, we'll be happy to try to answer those. We have Commissioner Ronnie Robertson, District 1, and Commissioner Brian Booth from District 3. Commissioner Jason Tackett in District 2 has been available by phone today. He has also been briefed. If you have problems with a road situation, you can contact me. You can contact Commissioner Robertson, Commissioner Tackett, or Commissioner Booth. And again, the number to the road department office is 606-432-6230. You can call the judge's office tomorrow to save time, 606-432-6247 if you have any special concerns. And she can give you the cell phone numbers for the commissioners and myself as well, again, as the road department number. As Mr. Tackett said, you can sign up with Rave Alert if you don't have a computer. You don't fully have the technology or the ability to sign up. You can call the 911 office tomorrow, emergency management office, at 432-0210, I believe. Is that right, Doug? 0210. Again, it's smart911.com, I believe, and you can go on the emergency management Facebook page and click the blue tab that says use the app. We are encouraging everyone to use the Rave Alert system. So with that being said, we'll take any questions. If there's no questions, then we'll conclude the press conference. That's correct. I think we have Diane Thacker from the Pike County Senior Citizens. She is our, Diane, come on up. She is the Community Services Supervisor for the Pike County Fiscal Court and oversees the operation of our Senior Citizens Program. Diane, come on up, please.
I'll just report that the Senior Citizens Board has closed all of the centers for the rest of the week. And also today, before our employees left, they called all the homebound people that we deliver meals to see if they had enough medication to last till next week. And if they didn't, my employees went to the drugstore and got their medication, and also if they needed food. So we took care of that with our homebound people. So I just want everybody to be safe, and I told all of them to stay home. Thank you, Judge.
Are there any questions? All right, thank you all very much. Everyone stay safe. And one last thing, please remember when you're using alternate heat sources, inevitably this time of year, we have a structure fire, and a lot of times they're with horrific results. So again, please be careful. Thank you.